Hey guys, and welcome to episode 2 of Ask Me. So if you're not familiar with what Ask Me is all about, it is a series where you ask me questions. Pretty simple, right? So of course I had a lot of really great response, a lot of good questions and whatnot from the first episode. So I'm going to go ahead and move on and continue this series. I'm going to be doing it every couple weeks or so with the second one. The responding asks, do I play any games in the FPS genre? Well, yeah, I do. I've typically been, a pretty big fan of first-person shooters. Right now, I'm kind of playing through COD 4 a little bit and Battlefield Bad Company 2, but, throughout the years, I've definitely played lots and lots of games. Halo, Call of Duty, Battlefield, you name it, I've pretty much played it. Off-Host Productions asks, favorite Pokemon? Ooh, that's a tough one. I would probably have to say Umbreon, because I loved the whole Eevee line, because I thought it was really cool. Especially when I got my first one way back when. But yeah, I'd probably have to say Umbreon. These newer ones, none of the new designs really got me interested. So yeah, I'd probably go with that. Zeta Simsoy asks, have I ever used Linux and what was my experience? Well, yes, actually I have used Linux. Now, I've never used it. Windows has pretty much always been my main. I've used Mac and I've used Linux, of course. But I actually did use Linux for a solid week once. I just decided, I was actually going to try to do a video, I believe this was about a year or so ago. I decided I was going to touch Windows for an entire week, and I was going to go see how much I could do on Ubuntu. I believe it was, I don't remember, whatever was the newest version a couple years ago. And actually I tried that, and I only got about 4 or 5 days in just because I was having a lot of trouble doing video editing and whatnot. But yeah, I definitely have used Linux quite a bit in the past. Typically I've got it dual booting on one of my computers, or I've got it somewhere. I like it. There's a lot really to like about Linux. My biggest problem with it though is just the application support. I typically, I like to use Steam and games and stuff. I like to look for various things such as video editing software and stuff that I need on a daily basis, and it's kind of a little hard to find that kind of stuff on Linux. But of course, if some of that stuff ever got moved over there, I would definitely take a closer look. Titans91 asks, what do you do when people ask you stupid or insulting questions? Well, this is the internet, it's definitely going to happen, especially once you get, more popularity and you get more people following you. You're definitely going to have trolls and people who, maybe not stupid questions and insulting are kind of a little bit different. Stupid questions, well, not everyone is super technically inclined or this and that. So, a lot of the time, if it's questions that kind of got an obvious answer, I don't really mind answering that, But if it's something insulting or whatever, I'll usually just ignore it. Usually those people are just, just trolling or just doing something. So, there's really no point in responding or anything. Just let it be. iHack19 asks, how old am I? Well, I'm actually 18 years old. I'll be turning 19 in about a month or so. Riptide312 asks, will you start to review console video games like LA Noire or Portal 2? I need your experience on what I should spend my cash on. Oh, actually, that's a fantastic question because it just so happens that about 3 or 4 days ago, I decided to revamp my D3 channel. If you guys have been watching me for a while, you'll know that a while back I created a secondary channel. I had an idea for doing really short tech videos, but I kind of realized that I do those on my main channel, so it kind of conflicted. But of course, I've now revamped it. Now I'm doing gaming content on it. If you guys would like to check it out, I'll have a link in the description. What I'm doing now is like a walkthrough, so I'm doing a walkthrough of Far Cry 2. But I definitely plan on expanding it out into reviews, news. It plans to be a full video game channel, so I don't have any reviews just up yet, but I definitely do have plans to start doing reviews of all kinds of games. Angie DJ Music asks, have you gotten the Nintendo 3DS, or are you waiting for more good games to come out to get yours? Yeah, you nailed it on the second one. I am waiting for good games for it. When it first came out, or rather when it was first announced, I was really excited for it. I thought it looked awesome. But then as it kind of time went on and we saw the launch lineup, I literally did not see one game that I was even remotely interested on the launch lineup. So, no, I don't have one. What I am waiting for is some good games like Ocarina of Time, Star Fox. They announced a lot of cool stuff at E3, and that's probably what's going to get me to finally go ahead and break down and buy one. But yeah, I actually do not have one yet. The Crank Ain't Dead asks, any sense in replacing P67 with Z68? No, not really. I do have a Z68 motherboard in my computer, and while, it tends to work just fine or whatever, there's not a whole lot new. The solid state drive caching is okay, but personally, I just prefer to just buy a solid state drive and just, manually do it myself, get a little bit better performance that way. And also, having overclocked graphics are nice, but to be honest, I think for the vast majority, you're going to want a dedicated GPU. So, The Z68, if you're going to buy a brand new one, it pretty much makes sense because it's about the same price and you get a couple of extra features. But if you already have a P67 board, I wouldn't even consider it. You've got something that's just fine. ZZ Electronic asks, what YouTuber inspired me to start doing these videos, and what YouTubers do I watch now? Well, as far as who got me started or who inspired me to get started, I used to watch a lot of like iPhone and like app review kind of people. So, the App Store Reviewer, iPhones and iPods, iTouch iPods, Iron Man 333, 333. A lot of the old guys, some of them are still around, still making videos. But yeah, I started watching a lot of those guys back then. I was like, hey, that doesn't seem like it's too bad. Forget the fact that I have no camera, terrible mic, terrible computer, and just an iPod. I can do those videos. Well, I'm definitely glad I did it, but yeah, those are kind of the guys who got me inspired, and I was like, seeing how they were making videos and they were getting views and stuff, I'm like, hey, I think I could do that. As far as people I watch right now, I watch a lot of YouTube, as I'm sure you guys do as well. As far as like on the general kind of stuff, I really love like Freddie Wong's videos. I also do enjoy watching, all kinds of stuff, now putting me on the spot, like Digital Rev TV, I love them. Linus Tech Tips, man, I could probably go on all day long. I mean, I watch some StarCraft commentators like Husky StarCraft, I'm sure a lot of you guys follow him, HD, Day 9. I mean, I probably am subscribed to like 90, 100 people, and I pretty much watch all their videos. So yeah, I watch a ton of YouTube, and pretty much all kinds of different genres and all that kind of good stuff. Anyway, guys, that's it for episode 2 of Ask Me. So if you enjoyed, definitely be sure to leave more comments down below, asking me whatever you like. Of course, I can't answer all the questions. I had about 100 comments last week, but I'll do my best to go ahead and answer as many of your questions as I can next week.